Hello everyone, my name is Megan Reither, and if you're wondering what the heck you just watched, it's a clip from the overnight cult classic sci-fi movie series Sharknado. The reason why this matters is because the person who I chose to interview with this presentation is a director by the name of Anthony Ferrante, who is best known for directing the Sharknado series. There's now 4. He graduated from Antioch High School with my mom in 1987 and went on to college first at Los Medanos to get his associate's degree in liberal studies, and later at San Francisco State University to get his bachelor's degree in cinematography. Anthony started off working as a movie review writer for a few different magazines like Fangoria and Cinescape before he got his first job in the film industry. He told me in an interview that his first job was as a production assistant on a horror movie. Within a couple of days, the line producer had asked him if he would help coordinate all the special makeup and creature effects. So he ended up with 2 jobs, production assistant and special makeup effects supervisor, and ended up working 18 to 20-hour days. He never thought he'd end up doing creature effects work, but it was a way in that gave him an opportunity to also direct. This is one of the biggest things he taught me about this industry. You have to be persistent and patient and flexible. Anthony had to write for a magazine for years before he ever got the chance to work on an actual movie, and even then, he was an overworked lackey without much say in anything. But he kept at it. No job was too small or unimportant, which came in handy for him later on. He worked hard and got to know every aspect that goes into making a film so that he was able to take on any job. He was patient and knowledgeable and determined, which is how he was finally able to get the position of directing the Sharknado movies. Most people walk into Hollywood and expect to have their one big break, but Anthony said that he doesn't really believe in big breaks. He thinks that it's more likely that people will have a bunch of small breaks like he did, little fortunate opportunities that lead to other things. The effects gig was his first little break, and then Boo, the first movie he ever wrote and directed, was his second little break, and the success of Sharknado 8 years later was clearly the biggest one. Anthony made it clear that it's pretty unusual for someone to have one big break in their career, whether that be acting or directing. Most of the really famous people in the industry today worked hard for years doing menial roles before they ever made it big. They had a series of tiny breaks that led them to their overall success. He taught me to see the film world with a different perspective. The people in it are still just people, no matter how famous they are, and most of them have worked really hard to get to where they are today. Anthony also taught me that to get into this industry, you have to really love it, really want it. He told me that you have to embrace the good and the bad and the ugly parts of it. And sometimes it's hard for people to do that, and they realize it's not really the field they want to be in. A lot of times people think the life of a famous actor or big shot director or celebrity is all glitz and glam and meeting other famous people. But the truth is that it's hard work with long days and even longer nights, never really having privacy again, and being stalked and objectified by strangers. Some people can't handle it, and that's why we have all the celebrities who go off the deep end and get into drugs and alcoholism and all that other stuff. But even after all these years in this hard knock industry, Anthony still loves what he does. He told me that it's in my blood, so I've learned to accept and embrace all sides of it. I still enjoy and love creating. Thank you guys for watching my presentation, and a huge thank you to Anthony Ferrante for letting me interview you. I couldn't have done it without you. Thanks for watching.